Good morning. My name is Andres. Could you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Oscar Eduardo Márquez Torres.
And what shall I call you?
Well, usually my friends call me Oscar.
Okay. Now, in this first part of the exam, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about free time.
Okay.
So, what did you enjoy doing in your free time?
Well, in my free time, I usually enjoy like reading books and listening to music, watching movies, like doing sometimes doing exercise and like hang out with my two dogs.
Okay, and how much time do you have each week for doing these things?
Well, during the week, this actually will happen after 5 p.m. That's when I end my work shift. So I try to do these activities after I finish my work.
So, what do you like doing these activities?
Why do I like doing these activities? Well, usually, well, with movies and books, it's because I think that change my state of mind. Like if I'm have a stressful day and I need like to disconnect from work and from responsibilities, I use these two activities to like enter a new state where I can relax and like learn a little bit about what the movie is about or what the book is about.
Okay, and how did you start doing these activities at first?
I think when I was like in high school, I started like getting um, excited for reading books and like to learn more about different authors and different point of views. And the same thing with movies. Like I try to start uh, knowing about the directors and the actors that were making the movies. So I think those kind of things were like the first things that I reached uh, when I start like liking these activities.
Okay, so let's move on and talk about being on time for appointments.
Okay.
Is being late acceptable in your culture?
Well, I'm from a Latin culture, so usually it's very accepted here because uh, Latin people uh, likes to not be on time for their appointments. So, for instance, if there is a work appointment or something more uh, serious in a kind of way, usually Latin people and in my culture are people are very punctual. But if you are like having a meeting with friends or just a casual meeting, well, it's usually 50-50 the people who is on time and the people who is late.
Okay, and are you late for appointments?
Um, I don't like it, but well, when like I said, if it's something related to work or to a medical appointment, I try to be on time, like 15 minutes earlier. But when it's a casual meeting with friends or or an event that is not that serious, well, I I can be a little bit late.
And what type of excuses do you think are all right for lateness?
Well, I think if someone has like an accident or something related with the family or something like that, that could be a good excuse for being late to an appointment.
And how do you feel when someone is late for an appointment with you?
Uh, well, I'm usually very like relaxed with those kind of things. Is if it's something related with work or with study, I'm pretty serious about that. So it's not good that someone is late with me for a work meeting. But if it's something related with friends or something like that, I'm more relaxed.
Okay, so now let's move on to the second part of the exam. I'm
Hmm.
going to give you a topic and I'd like to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes.
Hmm.
Before you start, you will have 1 minute to think about what are you going to say. You can make some notes if you want. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I would like to describe a beautiful place in your country.
So the time it's now.
Yep.
Okay, like describe a beautiful place to visit in my country. I think a beautiful place to visit in Colombia is Barichara. It's a charming, like colonial town located in Santander department. I'm from Bucaramanga, so I know this place. I have been there like a couple of times. So it's very well known here in Colombia because of the cobblestone streets and like the architecture is really like colonial times. So Barichara usually offers like a glimpse into the history and the culture of our like the past of my country. And in order to get there, you can fly to Bucaramanga if you are not in Bucaramanga, of course. And then you can take a bus or drive in your car. It's about 3 hours to reach Barichara. And it's quite a trip because you have to go into the Pescadero like highway, and this is not like a straight highway, it's really like curvy, so you probably will get a little bit dizzy if you're not used to this kind of roads. So but it's really good because through the travel you will see like beautiful landscapes, and this will make the trip uh, value. Once you arrive to Varichara, there are plenty of activities you can do, like start exploring the town's main square. Here, the times like in Latin culture, the town's main square are very popular because it's where all the people of the town is gathered, and usually you will have there like restaurants, and the church will be there, and this usually is like the main place of the town. um, and in Barichara this place is called Plaza de los Príncipes, and it's very beautiful because it's also like surrounded by colonial houses, so it's like a good spot for pictures and relax there. And
Okay.
also, okay.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to go there in the future?
Yeah, as I told before, I have been there a couple of times, but usually it's getting really popular because of the restaurants that are like opening there. And usually the owners of these restaurants are people like from other countries, so they have like a wide uh, like plates or food that you can have there.
Okay, now we have been talking about a place you have recently visited, and I would like to ask you some more general questions related to the topic.
Okay.
First of all, let's talk about places and tourism. Why do you think people like to travel to different places in their free time?
Okay. I think I include myself in there because it's really for me it's really like the point of my life, like traveling to different countries to learn about their culture, to learn about their historical buildings and the architecture from all the countries that I visit. And I think people that likes to travel think the same thing.
Okay, and how do you see tourism changing in your country in the future?
Well, I think is Colombia is getting more tourists from different countries because I think now they feel safe, and we have a great city now for big tourism, that is Medellin, and it's well known for the reggaeton and the singers that are known in all different countries. So I think it's going to be a really good place to visit, like Medellin and Cartagena and Bogota. Like the main cities are getting real, uh, like like getting people from different countries around the world.
Okay, and why is it important to protect the countryside?
Well, I think it's really important for our future to protect the countryside because it's is the place that gave us all the different kind of food, and well, we get everything from the countryside. So it's something that our governments have to protect with good laws and like investment in these regions.
So, in what ways is the countryside in danger in your country?
Well, as many people know, Colombia has been like in a war with like some groups that are making some violence, especially in the countryside here in Colombia. So I think the government has to be more aware of this and like support more these the people who live there with helping them with education, with healthcare, and like the infrastructure for them to have a good life.
Why are historic buildings and monuments important to a city?
Well, I think it's because they have like all the culture and all the history of a place, and usually those kind of buildings are the ones that attract tourism. So people will travel to different places to see these buildings, to take pictures with these buildings, and to try to know more about the culture of a place and the history of a place. So they are like the footprint of every city and every town.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you. Uh,